Hello, Galaxy. Chris Pirillo here, and wow, that's unbelievable. We had 3 comments come in before the live video feed started, specifically from YouTube, of course, as the Discord notification shows. We are broadcasting across Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Mixer, and yes, we have a Discord chat, which you are more than welcome to join. It's not much because, of course, there are a lot of Star Wars Discords that you could join. I'm not active in a lot of the Star Wars Discord communities that I've joined, but they're great for being brought up to speed for information that may be floating out there, store reports and what have you. Some of the waves of the Archive Black Series are now just surfacing, which is good to see. I always find that the best discoveries that I may be interested in out there are usually found first by people inside the community, which is really nice. So joining a community to me has been critical for my fandom and enjoying, what it is that I enjoy within Star Wars, including collecting. And one of the comments that got pushed off the feed with the beginning of the broadcast was specifically from the Collecting Dad. The Collecting Dad had the first comment. Can I trip through this? Hang on, man. I'm telling you, I'm not sure what it is apart from being Monday. Boy, so I just did a thrifting haul wherein I showed a few of the things that I picked up, mostly Star Wars stuff, but also included Warrock. And now I know Super Awesome Geek Show is jealous. I know he is. Right there. Not complete, but in darn good shape for, a couple bucks. Not bad. I still can't believe it. Mr. Muppet. I had there's a couple of good Muppet accounts. Not to dive into Muppets. This is not Muppet Radar. We will talk about Muppets though. Yoda's not really a Muppet though. Something that I got today. These are now available. FYI. Hang on. So we got quite a few people here. Hello, Talking Star Wars. Heath and Tech and Dad. I'm making username shortcuts. And Super. These are brand new this summer. I found I think I found out because someone who used to help me with stuff, Liz, ended up sending the Stormtrooper one, which she found at a store. And it seems that there are going to be 6 of them. Now, I'd imagine these are going to be more prevalent as summer wears on, but you never really know. I grabbed this one online. Being a Darth Vader collector, I went for this. But, of course, if I see the other ones, I'll pick them up as well. I've seen these character sunglasses before for other fandoms, but never specifically the Star Wars characters. Chewbacca, Stormtrooper, Darth Vader, R2-D2, Boba Fett, Yoda. So I'm going to end up getting all of them. She has a Stormtrooper one. She doesn't wear it that often. Probably made more for children than adults. I'd have to try on the Stormtrooper one to let you know if it fits. I should have grabbed it. That's what I should have done. But you can see on the back, you've got the Darth Vader mask, kind of his mouth area, the grill, Imperial insignia is there. So yeah, it's in terms of like unique collectible that's fun and wearable. These are out or should be out. If you do a search for, how did I find it? Sun stashes instead of like sunglasses, they're like sun stashes, and that's the brand that makes it. Yes, hashtag sun stashes, SUNSTACHES, sun stashes. So that's the search term. You can't just look for Star Wars sunglasses because it's just going to yield a million results. So these tech are about $10. That's what they're going to retail for. They may not, diminish in value, but the back tag, if you missed it, it says 2019, 2/13/2019. So they've been out since February, but they're just now available online, 2019. This is the first time I've seen them. But they're 100% UV protection, impact-resistant lenses. Why I'm glad they're out now is because there is the Darth Vader branding, which I like a lot for obvious reasons, and then, of course, Darth Vader. So it's like a double Darth Vader collection right here. Only 6 of them. I doubt they're going to be any more, but the classic trilogy characters right there in the back. But this was something that came in today. $10. Galactic. Sorry, it is Galactic Eyewear. That's the official name for it. Galactic Eyewear. But I'm not gonna remove them from the package because I'm a horrible collector that way. I don't know where I'm gonna stick it. I will find a place. I will ultimately find a place for these. Don't know where though. We were just talking about a few Star Wars topics in the thrifting video, and that's when I realized, oh, I probably need to drift over to actually have these Star Wars conversations with everybody out there. Amazon has most of them, $9.99. There you go, about $10, so you can get your own. See, I suck because what I should have done is provided an affiliate link, which I didn't do, so I can get credit for the referral. But what are you gonna do? Apart from push through a Monday to get to a Tuesday. So yeah, that's something that you may keep an eye out for or end up getting. I may not get them all online. I may wait until I see them on store shelves if I ever do. If only because I'm not sure how much Jedi will wear them, and the only one I was specifically interested in was the Darth Vader one. Maybe towards the end of the season. It's possible I would grab them. But yeah, considering they've never been made before, I imagine that stock may be in short supply. But I don't know. I'm not the manufacturer. I only found out like randomly because someone else got one for me. Something you may be also able to pick up. I never really did a video on these, but during our Vlogmas, the coins that we ended up opening, they're now available again, not necessarily as an advent calendar, but specifically as a coin collection through Zavi. This is something out of the UK. And so I ended up getting this second set 50% off of like super heavy Star Wars coin. And so let me show you. This is Luke Skywalker. I'm not going to show you all of them. I don't think this has got a refocus as I get closer. So I got to be careful. I really don't want to go out of focus here. Which way should? Come on, Chris. Star Wars on one side. Really nice coins. And then Luke Skywalker on this side. And then they've got a variety of other characters, including Darth Vader. But they each of the coins come in their own case. You can remove them from the case, which I may very well do. But these, I think, are still available. I don't know if they sold well. I think because they just didn't market them very well. But this was like this entire set of Star Wars coins, even from the UK, like a little over $20. That's how much it cost. A little over $20 for what, 24 Star Wars coins? Super limited edition. This one happened to be 2775, so I'm guessing they have even more right there. Oh wow, Chris, wish you could see the Rainbow Vader made. It's awesome. You know what we should do? If you're on Twitch, what I could do is like host your if you're live streaming the 3D printing process, I'll just host you. Like they do on Mixer or Twitch. And then everyone could watch the 3D printing of the Vader, the Rainbow Vader. See, that's, you know, I mean, I'm a collector. Yeah, and I have 3D printed stuff. I think this one Jerry made for me, Barnacules Nerdgasm. He's somewhat articulated. I think I just used Fun Tack for his arms. So they swivel. His legs are articulated as well. His neck does not articulate. But like a giant Lego minifigure of Darth Vader. I mean, it's not exactly like Lego accurate. It's a 3D printed version, right? So is this collectible? I don't know if it's collectible, but it's fun. And that's what I think I enjoy, you know, when I see like 3D printed objects. I'm not the kind of person that's going to be the patient one to sit through a 3D printing process, but like, or make it or design it, but I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I've purchased 3D printed objects, I should say. I'm trying to get, I should never move things on my shelf. Stop moving. I think the last 3D printed object I bought was from Mucky Chris. He's the first one that started to do the the Buddha belly characters. Like he had a Darth Vader one, obviously, and Mucky Crisp, and I think he sells on Etsy. But I ended up getting that. The Darth Vader, I ended up getting 3 sizes, like different colors, like a silver or gold. I mean, I could easily do this quote unquote, easily do this myself. But it's just easy to support the guy who like made it, right? Like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. So something with rainbow filament, that's really unique. That's really cool. 56 hours for Rainbow Vader. Is that low or is it on the high end? I don't know anything about like 3D printing terminology. Like I got a 3D printed Darth Vader head from I should have brought this up too. It's big. That's the thing, is they're large. From Joel Telling, the 3D printing nerd. So you have them and you live in the UK. The vendor of the coins, like I said, I think Zaavi, Zaavi, is the storefront. Give me a second. Let me look it up for you, buddy. Zaavi. And I've now gone through them twice. They may still have them on. It may be full price. They may not have them on sale anymore. They have other things that I wanted to get, yeah, okay. So limited edition set of 24 for $49. I got it half off, but it is available with the Darth Vader casing on it. So Zaavi, Zavvi. But like I said, I got them on sale both times. I got them on sale, so I got basically almost 2 for the less of price of 1. But they happen to have on Zaavi. You can even see the Advent Calendar limited edition. That's the same coin set. It's just in an Advent Calendar. They got a silver variant a Stormtrooper coin. I'm not sure if I'm interested outright. Some interesting coin bags. But they had, like, in the UK, you've got Star Wars dominoes. We can't get those here. In the same, done the same way, like with Stormtroopers on one side of the domino and the regular domino numbers on the other. There's some unique things that I would probably get through Zaavi again. This is not an endorsement. It's just I've ordered through them and they've been just fine. For being in the UK and for me being in the States, I wouldn't buy things that I could get here from them necessarily, unless the price was right. But some of the things that they've had, I'm like, oh, that'd be great. But I'm like, do I really want to spend that much for this? Like, it doesn't add up with either the shipping and handling or whatever. But there's some unique things that I hadn't seen, like the Star Wars TIE Fighter Universal Mobile Car Grip. So what does that do? Oh, it grips your phone. See, I've not seen that in the States. And you can save $6 on that right now, and it's $10.49, which is pretty decent. I mean, but see, the shipping starts at $4.99, and I don't know what the threshold is for free shipping. But see, that's pretty cool. That's something that I would probably want to mount in some way. Does it go into the grill? Hang on. Now I'm looking. Hands-free, safe driving, universal fit. But does it go into the grill? Or do you have to like mount it some other way? It doesn't say. Oh man, see, that's the thing that sucks. I can't really tell. Yeah, I had things in the cart like playing cards, top trumps you can't get in the States either. That's just a UK exclusive. For most of the top trumps at least, but yeah. Rainbow Vader around 10 inches. Wow, that's crazy. High res, yeah, it must be 10 inches. That's holy. Hang on. Oops. Let me grab my measuring tape here. It's 10 inches here. Oh wow! Whoa, dude, that's gonna be a big Vader. Where am I gonna stick him? So that's the next thing. I'm like, I'll find a place. I will find a place of honor. And the fact that it's rainbow, I love it, which means I can, Jedi might enjoy it as well. Because it's rainbow. Who does not like rainbow Star Wars stuff? The collecting dad, no problem. It's what I do. Happy to provide those referrals because, if other people are interested in collecting them. About the only thing I can't do is, give up my Warrock. That's the only thing I can't do. Just about the only thing I can't do. But you want to order on your own? Yeah, order away. So yeah, I'm not, as far as like the collecting stuff goes, I'm not picky, but certain things I'm willing to get, certain things I'm not. Believe it or not, like I know everyone like buys clothes. I don't really get a lot of Star Wars clothes. I mean, I do, but like thrifting, I don't buy them outright unless they're really on sale. It's a thing, but it's like It's not as much my thing as it might be others. I like the toys, certainly. Probably my favorite part of collecting is the toys, the collectible stuff. C-3PO takes pride of place, lol. Well, everyone's got their favorite character, right? Speaking of, I tweeted this out yesterday. I ended up going through, and where's Cheesy? Cheesy Sword's not here. I feel bad. Monday's been a tough day, though, I can tell you. Let's see here. Looking. I took a picture of the Vader comic series. That was my Father's Day reading. So it wasn't exactly a one-off, in the sense that there was only, it was a short. It wasn't even an arc. How would you explain this? Basically, Marvel has a series of comics that go under the label Star Wars Vader Dark Visions, and there were 5 comics in this series, but each one was individual. Like, you could just read about Vader and his impact in the galaxy around him in each one of these issues. And so they were easy reads, quick reads, fun reads. I know that one of them was controversial. The one with the woman, or the female, who happened to be kind of a sycophant. That apparently caused a lot of pushback in the community. And I can't speak to that pushback because I'm not sure if I have the same. I'm aware of some stereotypes that are tropes that kind of fall into play. Apparently, in the original vision from Chuck Wendig, it was going to be a male, which would have, I think it would have hit me about the same way, but I'm not a female, so I have different sensibilities. But for the most part, I enjoyed these comics. Of course, they're Vader. But I love the fact, and especially with these one-shots that they're doing with, like, Age of Rebellion or Age of Resistance, I love those because I don't stress out. I don't stress out when it's just one comic. I'm good. Like, I read the Jabba the Hutt one yesterday, and I love that it's just pick it up, put it down. That was, to me, something that I think Marvel should do, or I hope they do, on a continuous basis, because a lot of the, as much as I enjoy, kind of like an ongoing, like, Star Wars comic, like Afra or Star Wars or Poe Dameron or whatever, I think I prefer the shorter versions because then I don't stress out. Because then, instead of feeling like I got a stack of comics, I got to read, 7 of them, which is not a problem. I read these 5 in an afternoon, but like 7 of them in one sitting, I feel like I can just pick up one and digest it and read it. Is like, that to me, it's enjoyable. And so I really like Marvel doing the one-shots. Someone asked the other day, like, what I think about the comics or where they should start. The one-shots is a fantastic place to start. I've got a stack and a half. I've been thinking, because I'm going to be traveling soon, because I can digitize them, and so what I may end up doing is digitizing some of them and then reading them on the go, rather than the actual printed pages. I'll just read them that way. Red Witch issue 108. So so that's the interesting thing, John. So 108, because they stopped at 107 in the original Marvel line, and of course it was never canon, but it was Marvel back in the day. So then 108, which reads as a Star Wars, in the Star Wars line, like if you digitize it, or if you redeem the digital code, it'll show up in the Star Wars lineup of comics. It's not a one-off. It's actually in the Star Wars section for Marvel, for the digital comics. It's 108. I couldn't find it originally. I'm like, where is it? Yeah. So I didn't read it. I know it's got Jackson in it. That's the one thing. I really do hope Jackson becomes canon. I don't know much, about it, but I never really was able to get too deeply into the original Marvel Star Wars comic line. I knew enough about Lumia. And I remember Lumia back in the day, just like, because I was so lucky to get like one comic, let alone like a whole series. And I remember reading about Lumia and like, who's this character? Wow, they look amazing. Like, what is going on? Because it was not the movies, right? And if it wasn't the movies, it wasn't Star Wars back then. And I wish that they will continue to pull from a lot of the non-canon Star Wars stories and pulling them into canon. Jackson became canon? When did Jackson become canon? When did I miss that? Because he's in 108, but that they said very clearly when they made the pitch, Marvel made the pitch, they said it's not canon. Could they do it again, like an issue 108? When did Jackson become canon? When did I miss this? How did I miss that? If it was a novel, that wouldn't surprise me because I would have missed that. If it was a comic, I've caught most of them. I've been up on most of the contemporary issues at least. Jackson was in a comic that was I don't think he was in a comic that was canon. Jackson was in an IDW comic, but I don't think anything from IDW is canon. Hang on just a second. Now you got me Googling here. Is Jackson canon? See, the thing is, you're a fan if you know how to spell Jackson that way. Oh, okay. Hang on. He's officially back in the canon. You're right, John. But I thought this was an IDW. So IDW is canon? Allegedly, this is according to IO9, allegedly George Lucas was furious about the absurd character's introduction into his universe and demanded he be written out of the series. Like Tag and Bink, they had a run too. They were supposed to be canon in The Last Jedi, and it got cut. Okay, so there we go. So it was in IDW, but is IDW, it must be canon then. Okay. He's still a wannabe smuggler, smart mouth wisecracker, still a bright green rabbit. Okay, so IDW is canon. I didn't know that. That was a question I had. Like, is what IDW is producing, is it canon? Okay, good to know. I will read the IDW comics, a little more intently than I had. Because, I mean, it's nice to be knowledgeable, because a lot of it's bubblegum, which is fun and fine. And that's the kind of thing that I really want to do more often with my daughter, is when a new comic comes in to read the comic so that, she kind of gets into the practice and also looks forward to it. We've got the issue number 22 right now, Star Wars Adventures, from the IDW line. They had the short-lived, not Galaxy of Adventures, but Forces of Destiny as well. Super Awesome Geek Show is saying, hope we get a Black Series 6-inch in his flight suit. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I would hope for I wonder, it would have to be a black. See, this is where I think Hasbro could do their what their online, Hasbro Platinum, Hasbro Pulse. This is what they could do. They could do these chase characters that, like, no one's ever going to buy that at a store, but collectors will buy it. So you got to cater to them. And so I think having a Jackson in a Black Series line or a TBC, I think would be great. I'd love to see it. So Cessbomb 1 says Jackson is definitely canon. See, I learned something new. My question wasn't, was Jackson in comics, was IDW and what IDW is producing canon? Because I knew he was in the IDW comic, but I was like, is it canon? I now have a definitive answer. It's a really good answer. That actually kind of excites me. Very, very happy. 3D printing with he said he 3D printed Stan Lee and everyone loved it. That does not surprise me. Does not surprise me at all. I think Hasbro's on the right track with Pulse Super Awesome Geek Show. And it's difficult to compete in this space, but the fact of the matter is, they're going to get exclusives. And that's the only reason why I signed up. Not just because it was a good deal, but they're going to get the exclusives that no other vendor is going to get. 1. 2, I like the idea of ordering through them regularly when there are sales. For example, I ordered the other day, I got a coupon for doing a survey, a $5 coupon. Yakface tweeted about it, FYI. But I ended up getting like a duplicate TVC Imperial gunner because I was like, well, you can army build. What Pulse needs to do, and when Steve, Mr. Stevie was still there, he left, not too long ago. But when Mr. Stevie was there, I said, what I would like to see is what they did with the Joes. They had like exclusive figures, and I would love to subscribe to a new figure every month. Like TVC, I'll subscribe. Black Series, I'll subscribe. And imagine getting a unique collectors only through the Hasbro Pulse, kind of like what they're doing with HasLab, only not as grand, right? Like, I wasn't gonna flip for the barge. I'm a figure guy. I'm not necessarily a vehicle guy. And as much as the Yak Face figure is unique on card with the coin and the cup, I'm like, it just was. I could not justify that cost. But if they had something where for, let's say, $20 a month, you could subscribe and get. I'll go even further. For 25, no, $30 a month. I'll make this deal, Hasbro. For $30 a month, I would subscribe to something where I got a unique Black Series figure and a unique TVC figure. Unique. So we could get a reissue, say, of now I'm blanking on his name. You know, the ice cream maker. I'm blanking on his name. Cloud City ice cream maker. It's right on the tip of my tongue. The running of. It's right on the tip of my tongue. What? I'm sorry. I'm like bumping the table and hitting the web. What? It'll come to me. I swear it'll come to me. The running of the Wilbur Hood. I got it before chat told me. Like, we're never going to get a 6-inch Wilbur Hood. We may never get a reissue. I doubt we will. He's like a fan favorite, right? Or even think about those Jabba characters. Like, we were lucky enough to get Mosep Benid, but there's still so many Cantina characters, Jabba characters, comic characters that we're never going to get. And if they issued something, I'll go a step for $35 for a 5 POA, TVC, and a Black Series figure. What do you think? I'd do it. I'd do it in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Hell, I'd order 2. Because then I could keep one in box. I'm a horrible collector of that. And then open another one. Oh, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I'd do it in a heartbeat. Because I can tell you right now, the new Black Series wave, and I have them. I think I have them. Haven't unboxed them yet. Or do I have them? No, I don't yet. They're shipping soon. Chopper, I don't think is going to sell. Ezra is definitely not going to sell. Afra is not going to sell. Maybe BT0 or 000 and BT1. They may sell because they're droids, but I'm not sure if the other ones are necessarily going to sell. But that's not. I mean, it's not something I can control. Maybe Hasbro's got that on the radar. I think they'd make a mint. I think Hasbro would make every collector happy to do that. There's only so much you can do. I mean, but you couldn't do that with figures that would sell. I think, the Target exclusives, case in point, the Han Solo Stormtrooper disguise, not selling. They're already going at like half price. The Luke and Skywalker, or Luke Skywalker and Stormtrooper regalia, not selling at an exclusive with Target, and they're going to peg warm. The Black Series, it's not that they're the wrong price, it's that distribution is uneven. And it's not, I think it's not going to run its course, but I think Black Series may very well end up moving just to online only. I could be wrong. I could be radically wrong. I think TVC could sell on pegs. I don't think Black Series sells well on pegs. That's my opinion. I don't even know what a Fortnite dance is. I've never Fortnited. I don't Fortnite. Hello, Alejandro 0501. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I know a lot of people have, pretty strong opinions about Hasbro. And I guess my opinions are generally positive. I'd rather have them doing something than nothing. I'm not sure what happened with their Microforce collection. I haven't heard much from them. I don't know if it kind of petered out because people just weren't buying them in blind bags or the lightsabers, whatever they tried to figure out they could do with them. They may be going away because I have not seen too much, in terms of newness from that particular series. The little ones, they used to be battle rollers. They just rebranded them. Fun little Star Wars cuties. I got a few of them. I don't think I have all of them though. Not certainly from the original series, but I was trying to stay modern on the new stuff. Let's step it up then, mate. 250 to snap your glasses. Not gonna happen. A, because I don't know you. I don't know who you are. B, I don't know if you're a Star Wars fan. If you're not a Star Wars fan, you should not be listening to me. Microforce died. It did die? Oh, 3D printing with Heath. Oh, that's horrible news. I figured it didn't. The reason, here's why it didn't sell. they were overpriced. And I'm not even saying like the 5 POA is. I think 5 POA on up, I think is accurately priced. But there's only so much you can do with the economics of it. It's that the 3.75 inch scale is still my scale. But like it's not anywhere near impulse buy territory. I mean, toys are getting more expensive. I think a super articulated figure still has a place. But like I always hesitate. I'm like, man, the pricing of them, like anywhere north of 10, I'm like, ugh. Even for the 5 POA at 7 or 8, I'm like, ugh. It's hard. They're hard to justify, especially if if they're not army builders, right? Like a Rose Tico or a Page Tico, they'll peg warm, and then eventually go on sale, which of course is great because I ended up getting like a ton of them for like $2, which is great. $2, awesome. Like impulse buy territory, not a problem. But anywhere north of that, it's a bit more of a challenge. Hot Wheels is kind of not exactly feeling the same. I'm willing to spend like $3 or $4 on a Hot Wheels, but who cares? It's if it's something unique, and especially if it's a character that you're chasing, it's difficult to be complete, especially if you're kind of starting midstream, and especially when distribution is still a massive question mark. You're a champ for doing this with only 12 viewers. It doesn't matter how many people are watching. I don't care. 2 people could be watching. My chat is popping. That's all I care about. So I've got people who are interacting and people. So what would I rather have 1,200 people who aren't interacting or 12 people who are? Well, the answer to that question is I'd rather be talking to 12 people who are interacting. That's my choice. That's what I want. So I'm good to go. Did not know that Microforce died, but yeah, it's sad but not surprising because little chiclets, they're nothing, and they were trying to sell like these blind bags of like I think 3 in a bag for like $5. I'm like, that's hard to justify, dude, especially when you don't know what you're getting. I know some people love that, but that's sad because I liked the fact that they were taking a unique approach. I like those little bonuses. But it did not surprise me that they died. They tried to do something like they threw them into a lightsaber and charged more. I'm like, they're not going to sell. I'm like, I knew that. I'm like, these are not going to sell, dude. They're not going to sell. Like, if you package them, like, individually, like one little figure, or like 3 for $1, okay, yeah, easy. But like maybe 2 for $1, okay, I can see that. But like what they were charging for what you got, and I don't even like those keychain blind bags either because they like charge $7 and like I understand the thrill of the not knowing what you're going to get, but I'm like, I don't need to waste $7 to get a duplicate or something that just is not as interesting as something else. It's for a different audience. I know I'm not a blind bag kind of guy. I'm the person that when the Microforce came out as well rebranding the battle rollers, I went with I just bought the sets. I mean, I think I bought like at least everything that I knew had been released with Microforce. Well, no, they're calling it something new now. It's not Microforce. It's called something else. The one where it was rebranded as a lightsaber, I think they rebranded it. Maybe they didn't. Maybe I missed that. And they started Series 1 all over again. But I haven't seen anything along those lines at all. They keep trying, and I'll give them that. I'm happy that they keep trying. What's frustrating is that some of these little collectibles are only available in like Italy or like the UK, New Zealand, Australia. They're not available in the States. That drives me nuts because I'll see something like, oh, dude, that is so cool. That Darth Vader thing is so cool. And I can't get it here. I'm like, oh, man. Or you don't know it exists because it's not on your radar. That's why I always like that, it's when it's put on my radar, that's what I love. 20 pounds each are set. Well, it depends. Like for the Microforce, I want to say the blind bags came like with 3 or 4, not anywhere justified by the price. And like, give me a second. I'm gonna, cause I keep those collections. You get to see my Star Wars PJs. There we go. My Star Wars butt. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull them out of the drawer here. Like this is my unique set. So I would love to showcase them somewhere else, but like, that's my unique set. Sorry, like, you see my #1 dad shirt there? Like, Star Wars. You get a good look at my butt. Okay, now that you saw that, now that my butt's on YouTube, and Mixer and Twitch and everything. These were, I've thrifted some of them, but picked them up, in lots. Effectively, that's the way I picked up a lot of them. Definitely do not have a unique collection. I did get the Microforce the Advent Calendar Microforce, but what was disappointing about those is, like, for example, this. And I'm sorry, this webcam's not going to refocus for macro, but effectively it's a sand trooper or stormtrooper with a orange pauldron, but the cap itself is just a cap that's basically glued on. Which was kind of disappointing. I was hoping for more unique, not just characters, but spins on characters. We have a solo Chewbacca with his goggles and a Santa cap. Those are obviously the ones from the Christmas calendar. Got some reissues, like the Rey was also in the Advent calendar. Some unique jelly ones where you got like Yoda, like a green Yoda. There was 2 Darth Vaders as well, different colors. It doesn't surprise me that they stopped producing them, but at the same time, it's kind of sad because there's something unique. These things are really tiny. Here's the boss, like really like shorter than a quarter, easily. Very, very tiny. Still available, probably, at auction. But the problem is, like, unless you're trying to chase one down in particular, I'm not sure how well or any good of a price. Because I'd hate to buy anything in a lot saying, oh, we'll send you 20 random ones for like $10. I'm like, well, why would I do that when I already have a pretty good amount of them, right? In my Star Wars baggie. Of course, I keep everything in Star Wars baggies. What else did you expect? I don't know. Maybe you expected something else. So, we've gone over a half hour. Happy to have done that, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. Talked about everything that I thought we'd talk about. Thank you, everybody, for all 12 of you, apparently, for joining. Glad we can interact. Glad we could chat it up. Glad we could have a little bit of discussion here. I am going to go eat dinner. That's what I usually do at this time of night. I'm not sure what's on the agenda for tomorrow. You tell me what's on your radar. I'll tell you what's on mine. Until next time, however, thank you for turning on notifications. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following. Thank you for commenting. Join our Discord. It is open. Not a lot of activity, but that's good. It's better to go that route than, having an radically empty Discord or an overactive Discord. See? Yeah, someone else uses these bags too. What are you going to do? DeAugustini, you're starting Microforce. Hang on. Sorry. Oh, I was going to wrap up, but now I got to... DeAugustini Microforce. I have never heard of DeAugustini. Oh, okay, they make toys. Masham's Microforce. Oh, wait. They're starting? So they're going to do a new one? I'm looking for information. I'm not seeing it, Lloyd. Okay, so they must have made those then. Microforce. I'm not seeing them. All right, I'm going to do more research on this. I'm going to look it up. Maybe I'm going to find new Microforce figures. Maybe not. We will find out. Thanks, everybody, for joining. I love you. I appreciate you. At this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. May the Force be with you always.